All right. So there are a few bills that don't fall neatly into any of our issue area categories, but are significant enough on the landscape that we felt they merited your attention. To begin with, I think it's important to note that for the last few sessions, there have been ongoing proposals to try to increase or to remove restrictions and, in effect, increase the presence of guns on college campuses. And in light of the tragedies that happened at the end of last year, actually what has come to the forefront has been proposals that would actually allow for more guns on the K-12 campuses. So you'll see in the set of slides, the set of bills on the slide in front of you, that there are actually a bunch of other bills that also talk about guns, but these are specific to the K-12 campus. HB 1009, which would create a school marshal position. The last two on your slide will look a little different school districts because they allow districts to create school security districts, which allows them to raise local funds to allow for some crime prevention and some other security measures. So that will look different based on your local community if indeed a district is successful in passing such a measure. But the three that you'll see in the middle there actually increase the category of individuals who can bring guns on campus to the K-12 campus. So licensed gun holders who are not security or school police, but your teachers and other adults who are licensed to carry guns through these proposals would indeed be able to bring their guns on campus, increasing the presence of guns on campuses. Moving to our next slide, there are a few other bills that also, again, don't fall into neat categories, but we felt really merited your attention. SB 11 is similar to a set of bills that are looking at providing drug testing for those recipients of TANF, which is financial assistance to our absolute most poor and vulnerable populations. What makes SB 11 different and of note in that whole set of bills that look at this issue is that rather than just creating a limitation on benefits for the person who is tested and found positive, this would actually impact the whole family and create a whole family sanction so that even a child who an adult might be applying on behalf of would be denied that benefit because of that positive drug test from someone in the family. And after 3 times that someone was found positive, the entire family would be excluded forever. And this bill is actually up next week, so if this is an issue that's important to you, I highly encourage that you track it and come out and voice your position on it. HB 119 is an interesting bill. Any entity that receives any local or state dollars would have to determine what country the individuals they deliver services to are citizens of. So every person that they're providing services to, before they provide that service, they would need to determine their country of citizenship, collect that information for later aggregation and reporting. But that whole prior to providing services piece certainly will create quite a burden on our community providers. And this, again, is for any provider of any services that receives local or state dollars. And then the last one on here, HB 2019, for those of you who have been in our network for a while and have heard from Texans Care for a while, have heard us probably talk about the Credit Service Organization, or CSO, loophole, which is something that our predatory lenders, our payday lenders, and auto title lenders have been working under so that they don't fall under the same tax structure and the same finance structure and limitation on fees and interest that other lenders exist under. This bill would close that loophole and make them make those loans subject to the same criteria that all other loans are subject to. And so there are a bunch of bills that look at closing the CSO loophole, that look at predatory lending, but this is the one that would in fact just close that loophole up. And that concludes the bills that we will be covering today. Again, thank you so much for joining us. All of your questions that have been entered thus far, we will be collecting and addressing, and immediately after this webinar, you will be receiving an email, and soon we will be getting you a link to where this recording will be housed, as well as question and answers from today. If you're interested in any of our priorities and would like further information, please do contact us. You have our contact information there. I would also like to draw your attention to our report, our Solutions to our Texas Challenge 30 Ways report, which you can access on our website, and it provides you what our policy priorities are for this legislative session and gives you some good background information on how we have come to those recommendations and priorities. And again, we are just so grateful that you chose to be with us this afternoon, and we look forward to staying engaged with you as we try to improve conditions for Texas children. Thank you so much.